Hey guys, how are we doing? It's Martin Cliff. Welcome to another video. Today is Saturday, January 15th, which means today I am 44, which is slightly scary. I'm not entirely sure how that happened or what happened to my 30s, but just wanted to talk a little bit, kind of set my stall out for my 45th year, if you will. What am I going to try and achieve? Now, the advantage of having a birthday 2 weeks after New Year is it gives me a little bit of chance to think more about resolutions, if you will, rather than do the kind of last-minute New Year's resolutions. I can decide how I'm going to do it from my birthday onwards, which to me is a more helpful kind of way of thinking about things. Before we go any further, I'd really appreciate it if you click the thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Subscriber numbers are really going up, which is great, at least in terms of numbers of people watching the videos, so we're really appreciating that. Comment below if you have any thoughts. But I've got a number of things that are kind of important for me for this year that I'm kind of going to be working towards. Obviously, one of which is getting back home. After being in the UK now for 2.5 months, I'm really looking forward to getting back to Bucharest, which I will be fairly soon. Less than 2 weeks away now, which is good. My biggest goal is to produce more music. I can't remember which podcast it was listening to. I listened to a few podcasts that are really great and really bring value to me. And so it may have been the Minimalist podcast. It may have been one of the more music-related podcasts. But one thing that someone said that really resonated was that what often drives consumerism, at least as creators, is when the creativity dries up. And that's certainly something that I've experienced in my life, that when I've been more creative, I haven't looked to buy stuff. And I am not aiming to buy music gear, with one notable exception this year. The notable exception being quite simply that I need an electronic drum kit. Because where we live now is not practical. I mean, I haven't actually tried it, but living in an apartment block with 42 other neighbours, I can't imagine that they'd be too thrilled with me playing an acoustic drum kit at recording volume, even if I'd get away with quiet cymbals and mesh heads for practice. So I need to get an electronic drum kit, and that is the one big purchase music-wise of the year ahead. But I've got some drum tracks recorded already that I'm going to be working on, and my musical output for this year is going to take three threads, if you will. There will be the instrumental music, which will be, as the Thinking Tree will come out under just my name, Martin Cliff. Voyager Project, I'm meeting with Rob and Ed today, more as a kind of birthday thing with food and drink and good times, and shooting some video as well, and jamming as anything, but we will be discussing how we go forward and what exactly this collective, as it's become, will turn into over time. But we will be aiming to get new music out before the end of 2022. That is our goal. It's 11 years since the last album, so but exactly what form that will take will be what we'll be discussing today, partly. And then I'm going to be also putting out some, maybe commercial is the wrong term, but I have the brand name of Misaligned, which I haven't done anything again with in nearly 10 years. But I'm going to be putting some music out in that form as well, which will be more just me. I think over time I've come to the distinct realization that Voyager Project is not the jam band that I want it to be, and never will be. So there's something that's a little bit more raw, a little bit more loose. Maybe might be what the Misaligned brand comes into. It started out as kind of an aim to be a kind of grunge side project, really. We'll see exactly where that goes. But they're the three main tracks. I'm going to be also recording more worship videos and stuff, but that is not for commercial release. That's just to be available to any churches who are struggling through through the pandemic in whatever way with online services and all that. So yeah, my aim for this year is to produce a lot of music. I'm also going to be selling a significant number of pedals. I don't want to at this stage put a number on it, partly because I don't know what that number would be, because I have 7 pedals here. So I know that some of those I would be happy to move on, but I can't say, you know, that for certain that there will be 20 or 30 or 40. There will be at least 20 pedals that I sell. There will be at least 6, maybe 7 guitars that I sell still. Last year, in the last 12 months, during my 44th year, since my 43rd birthday, I have moved on a lot of instruments. I moved on the Ovation 6-string, I moved on the 4-string fretless bass, I moved on the 4-string fretted Yamaha bass, I moved on my Yamaha APX 500 II, the Sire Marcus Miller M2 that comments don't like the idea that I didn't like, the TRB 5 fretless Yamaha bass, my white Strat, the 2 tellies, the natural one and the Shearwood green one, and then the Mango and Prince. So I moved on 11 guitars, 8 of which I sold, 3 of which I gave away for various reasons. So that was a really good year. I bought 1 instrument in that time, which was my fretless bass. I technically bought my other Reds that will be one of the ones that I sell next year during 2021, but it was before my birthday, so I'm not counting that. And that kind of ratio of, you know, buying 1 instrument for every 10 you move on would be an interesting one to try and pursue. But I'm not seeking to buy any guitars this year at all. I don't need any. So yeah, 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there. That's the goal for this year. I will be further reducing my wardrobe. I will be continuing to produce YouTube content that is, you know, mixed up. That is a range of subject matters. This is all, you know, plans for this year. At some point, I hope to get a job once I've got a visa and everything else. Yeah, moving was complicated, and Romania is an incredibly complicated place to move to, or to try and live in at all. We thought Hong Kong was bad with bureaucracy, but Romania is crazy. So, challenges ahead in the new year for certain. But yeah, really, you know, getting more involved in the church in Bucharest, getting more content created in various forms, spending less and less time, hopefully, thinking about consumerism. I will be recording a video on my battle with consumerism at some point, which will probably go live in February or thereabouts, because I'm a reasonable amount ahead at the moment. Yeah, new year, new opportunities, new challenges, but yeah, I'm setting my stall out here on my first day as a 44-year-old, so I can hold myself accountable to it. This is what I will be doing. I will be producing, I will continue to produce 2 videos a week. I will continue producing worship content. Let's say I will do at least 1 song a month for the next year. That's perfectly attainable. I would aim to do more than that, but that is, you know, the minimum. I will produce 1 worship song a month. I will definitely produce, release another EP under my name. That is one of my goals for this year, which will probably be 3 or 4 tracks of instrumental music. I aim to release 2, maybe 3 singles under the Misaligned moniker, and then hopefully we're going to get some kind of material out as Voyager Project. But that, because it's not just relying on me, is a little bit more of a challenge. But there we go, I've set out my stall. That is what I'm going to do. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment, like, all that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.